Back in January of 2021, the Powell County Health Department and Powell County Cares Project launched The Local Lens, a podcast where we go inside our community's experience with the drug epidemic. And we've done that through interviewing people with lived experience, either from their personal lives or professional roles, or both. And we've been gathering all of these perspectives, and we've gathered them all here for you. So we've just finished releasing Season 1, which was 16 original episodes, and we decided to make a compilation of some of the biggest moments. So let's go on and get into it. Here we go.
We're all in this, and we're all been impacted whether we realize it or not. It hits us all over, and I think if people would realize the cost of inaction and what it's costing us is a lot greater than the cost of actually taking productive, proactive steps and trying to combat it, is my opinion.
Their brain actually triggers a response in their central reward center of their brain telling them they need these chemicals. So with that chemical change comes just this impairment within all of the other processes that our brain is designed to do for us. Just like, our heart has a function, our brain has a function, and unfortunately, Nate, our brain is in control of all of it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can separate mental health from physical health when you're talking about addiction. Mm-hmm. They go hand in hand, and if you miss that, there's an issue. Because in my perspective, many times we find a niche to focus on to help the opioid epidemic, but we focus on that niche, and it can't be a niche. It has to be everything. To take the words of a politician from many years ago, it takes a village to fix this.
Yeah.
And excuse me, and I don't think that we often do that.
A lot of what we do is drug related, whether that's blatantly drug related, possession or trafficking of narcotics, or if it's just related by happenstance.
But most of the time, when somebody steals your weed eater, they're not stealing it to pay their water bill, they're stealing it to buy their next batch of drugs.
When you first get in this line of work, you think it's very black and white. It's very good versus evil. There's a lot of gray area when it comes to enforcing the law. And when you see these people, and young and old, you think, well, they're turds. They are the scum of the earth. I can't believe they would put this type of stuff in my hometown. And then the late Deputy Robert Matthews, Powell County Sheriff's Office, we were discussing situations like that, and he's like, no, he said, you got it all wrong. That really resonated with me, and so it came from, there's another scumbag, it's doing dope in our streets, to that person's got a problem. Maybe me doing this, maybe me putting them in jail today will help them get the help they need.
And it's somebody's mother or sister or daughter or son or husband, or and there's people that are really hurting for these people and praying for them, and they're people, and so they're a life like every other life that public health tries to improve and save.
But once they get in somewhere or they start working a program, then what happens is they start seeing that impairment lifts. The brain begins to start thinking, and they are actually relieved that somebody stepped in and could do what they couldn't do. Because all they wanted was the drug. Well, as a mom, kind of getting into where I'm at here, you're desperate. All you see is your loved one, your friends, your community. All you see is pain. But I'm not going to let her die. I'm not going to let him die.
I know I had gotten to a point to where death was like, it's a cool option for me. And I looked like it.
You said death was a cool option for you.
Yeah, it was just like whatever. Yeah. Had no will to live. Hated myself. It was a very, very, very dark place. I've been clean in a couple weeks. I'll have 3.5 years. You would never know looking at me that I've got 3.5 years clean, and that it's possible and that you can actually recover.
But since 2018, since I got sent to Moorhead Inspiration Center, it's been a real blessing just to have just a little average job, not making much money, but enough to just contribute to the bills, and just to be able to eat and just go to bed at night and sleep and have a vehicle to drive. Not even a nice one, just the basics in life are all that we need.
Don't suffer in silence. Yeah, take that step and reach out, because I mean, it could change somebody's life. It could save them. I mean,
there's help out there.
Yeah.
There is a different way of life to anybody listening that might be struggling with addiction right now. There is a different way that you can live. You don't have to use anymore. Today can be your last day. You just gotta use the tools that they're given to you.
So each of these clips have been pulled from their original episode throughout season 1. So go back and listen to all of them. Learn what you can from these people, because nobody is going to be able to tell their story like they can. This is the local lens. These are our people using our voices, telling our stories, because no one sees it like we do.